Guten Tag, it's Rich from Hughes and Kettner here, and today I'm just going to take you through the new powerful update we've made to the GrandMeister Deluxe 40 remote app for iPad that you can download for free on the App Store. Let's take a look and see what's new. So here we are then with the GrandMeister Deluxe 40 remote app. So far it looks exactly the same as the previous version that you should by now know and love. You've got your overview of the amp, the controls as you know. I've got here the list of all the factory presets that come with the amp. But it starts to get different when we go into the library bit, because now we've got a whole lot more stuff that you can do in terms of managing, sharing, moving around presets and so on, which is incredibly helpful if you want to create kind of new lists, if you're playing a certain gig or whatever that requires you to have, let's say, a certain style of music that you want, or specific presets if you're playing in a covers band or something like that. So let's look at what's different then. If you go into the library here, as before, you can see your library there. We've got them here, they're called factory presets. If I click over here on the right, I just have one option with that list, I can duplicate it. And what you want to do in the update of the app is press on duplicate like this, and then you can name your new list. It's factory presets 1, like a copy, so I'll just call it that for now. Now that comes up here. If I then make that the active list and go back to the app, we've got exactly what we saw before because I've just duplicated that list. Let's go back to the library then. What I'm just going to do is arm the previous factory presets as before, and you can see now the list that is not selected I have a few more options with. I can manage it, which we'll do in a bit. I can rename it, duplicate it, or I can delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. And now what we're going to do is go down here to the little plus screen at the bottom. I'll press that, we can create now a new library, and this is what's great about the update. Let's call it empty memory, as they suggest, and that's now here as you can see. I've still got the factory presets selected, so I'm going to go across to empty memory, and let's go back to the main screen and have a look, and as you can see it says empty preset, no author, everything's on 12 o'clock, there's no effects or anything like that on, there's nothing in it, it's totally empty. So we can start again in the library and build this up from scratch. Now how are we going to do that? Let's say you can build some presets of your own with the amp as you're using it, or what we can now do with the update, which is really, really cool, is take as many presets as we want from our old lists and add them to this one, no problem at all. So let's do that now. Okay, so we've got our factory presets selected here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to manage the factory presets list and the new empty memory list, and we're going to add some of our favorite sounds from the factory presets into the empty memory bank. And we do that just like this. If I click on the 3 blue dots next to empty memory and click on manage, now we've got the two lists here as you can see. You've got the source, which is the factory presets, and you've got the destination, which is the empty memory. Now, a very important point is that you must copy from the source side to the destination side. If you have a list of empty presets on this side and you're trying to copy across from the other side, it's not going to work. So make sure that the presets that you want to copy to somewhere else start over here as the source. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my favorite sounds. Let's go with Metalicious, do you like that one? And I'm just going to literally drag it and drop it across to here, slot 1. And there it is, that's simple. You don't lose it from there, it's duplicated to here, and we're good to go with that. If I just need the one sound then, I can simply use the empty memory list as it is. If I want to play a gig just playing Metalicious tones, then I'm good to go already. Or if I just want to share that preset, I can send that to friends. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. But let's just add a couple more to this list. Deep metal, something with a bit of chorus. What else should we go for? A bit of country, why not? And a volume swell pad. So we've got 5 presets there, which could, let's say, be enough for a certain show or something that I'm going to play, or a certain track that I want to record, whatever. So what I'm going to do now is just click on save, and now that will be saved. So if I go and select the empty memory list again and go back to the app itself, now look, preset 1 is Metalicious. We've got our 5 selected presets, and then the rest is empty. That's all there is to it, really. It's super simple. But let's say that I don't actually really like what I've got in that list in terms of number. Let's say I want to change the order around a bit. Well, all I've got to do is go back into the manage screen as before. Let's just hold my finger down on this one until we get a blue outline to it, and I can move it further up the list. So in this case, if I want to make volume swell pad my number 1 preset, I can do that, and it's really that simple. If I just click over here, I have options then for each of the different presets in the list. I can rename them, duplicate them, put another one in above or below. I can empty this to make another empty preset, or I can delete it if I don't want it. Just like this. And it's gone, and we've just got the 4 presets there. And that's it really. Like I said, it's super simple. If you're playing a variety of different kinds of music, or you've got a number of different bands, it's now really incredibly simple just to have as many or as few of these libraries as you want. The world is your oyster because you can just open up as many different libraries of as many presets as you want. There's 128 per library, obviously, but I mean, who needs more than what's on offer here? It's still really easy to share with friends and stuff like that, so go ahead and do that. And yeah, try it out. The app is free to download on the Apple iPad store. It's out now. So there you have it. That is the powerful but simple new update for the GrandMeister Deluxe 40 app for iPad. Go check it out now if you haven't already and you have a GrandMeister, and it'll make your playing life a whole lot easier, I can assure you. I'm Rich from Hughes from Kettner. See you later.